Hi, everybody. I'm Allison Rothman, and I am in the Department of Technology. I'm going to support you today in getting your Unconference session added to the SFUSD PD Calendar. So in the email that you received from us, you were asked to submit to the PD Calendar by October 22nd. So the PD Calendar, if you aren't familiar with it, is on the Professional Learning webpage, educator slash educator PD. And then you need to just scroll down. What anybody who wants to attend PDs, they go to the PD calendar and they can open up that accordion and find all of the available options for synchronous virtual experiences for learning. Right? So our direction sheet is in bullets. I'm somebody who likes to follow bullets, but I recognize I'm going to walk you through it in a more visual way so that it can support everybody. Before I even get started, I know that I need to get my description for my session ready. You've already submitted this and you might want to edit it, but you may want access to what you've already created, and I'll show you how to do that. And the other thing you're going to need is a Meet link or a Zoom link, depending on what platform you're using. So first thing I want to do is let's go find your description. What I have a tendency to do is when I am working, I use a draft sheet. Let's see, am I getting that on here? Yep. I have a draft document that I type things up for myself so that I can just copy and paste them for any sessions into this. So here I've already got a description ready. You could probably get your description most easily here from the slide deck that you're being asked to edit. So there's going to be a slide like this, and it's going to have, let me make this a little bigger if possible. It's going to have a description, your session objective, and your description down here. You can edit that and just copy and paste that. Okay, so first things first. I'm getting back to my directions. The way I like to get a Meet link is by going through Calendar. So, and I tend to use Meet, but many of you use Zoom if that's fine, and that's fine if that's what you want to do. So on the right side, I have opened up my Google Calendar. I'm going to create an event. I'm going to make sure that the time on November 14th is for 1:15 to 2:15, the time of the unconference. I am going to label it with capital letters, hold, so I know that this is my hold that I am just creating for purposes of getting my Meet, and it's unconference. And the session that I am working on here is, what is the title that I'm using as my sample? It is Google Classroom Instruction, right? I'm just going to leave it like that. And I'm going to add Google Meet video conferencing to this calendar event and save it. This calendar event is just on my calendar right now. But what I've done is I'm going to copy the Meet link. Now I've got the Meet link. I don't even need to worry about that calendar event anymore. On this draft document that I use to compile all my information for my PD submissions, I would add my Meet link here. Right, so here I've got my Meet link and I have it written out so it's not just hyperlinked. It is actually visible in case someone did need to type it in. Okay, now I can exit out of my calendar and I'm going back to my form, because if I go to my PD submissions, in order to complete this form, I need my Meet or Zoom link, got that, and I need my session description, which I also have here in my submission form. Here, learn how to use Google Classroom for teaching and communicating. Cool, ready to roll. Now the next thing I'm just going to do is move through all these bullets on this professional development submission form. I am submitting a PD, correct. Moving on to the next one. It is a PD single session. Check that circle. It is a webinar, a synchronous online experience. It is a centrally hosted PD. The next bullet that I'm looking at is which deeper learning. So let's say for this one, it's a collaboration. I'm just making this up right now because I'm trying to move through. And would I like this PD to be posted on the PD calendar? Oh, yes, absolutely. Now I move on. Now this is the next section. This is the most important section of this whole calendar event. What goes into these fields populates the calendar event that you see on the PD calendar. So if I went over to, let's go yesterday to, I want to go backwards, to Thursday, and I look at, let's say, for example, at 2:15, we had a grading for equity with synergy. When I see this event and the information, what I have populated here, the meet link and the description, this is where I get to fill that field in on the form here on this right side of the screen. So I'm going to use the title of the PD. I'm going to go to my draft document and I'm going to copy this in. Note for an unconference, I am using the word unconference. I would like it to stand out in the calendar for anyone who is going to go to one of these events. Now, since this is not real, I'm going to just type in capital letters, demo, right? Do not post. Okay, just for this example. I'm going to choose the department. We're Department of Technology for this event. I'm going to continue moving forward. Give a one-sentence description of your PD. Ignore the one-sentence bit. That can be your description, but all of this content here is what I'm going to add, right? I am adding this information about, and I'm copying this and I'm pasting it in here. I am copying in the information about ASL interpretation because this is key for those people in our groups that need to have an interpreter present for all of their virtual experiences. We need to make sure that that process starts. The attendance tracker so that any of your participants can sign in easily. They have access to those links. It sort of saves you time from posting during your session. And the same thing for feedback information, the feedback form. Now, where do you get these links? That's right up here in the directions in this section here, right? You can just literally add your session description in here. And this is the description that you probably took from the slide deck, or if you're going to rewrite it. And then all this text that's here in this red color, including the links. Okay, so once you've got that finished, you're moving on. You're now going to choose your appropriate priority subgroup. I'm going to just move quickly through this so that we get going. And your grad profile competency. The date for this is always going to be November 4th, and the time for all of these events at the Unconference is 1:15 p.m. or 2:15 p.m. Right, 1 hour. Figure it'll be about 50 to 55 minutes with some closing experiences and feedback form completion in the last 5 minutes. This is the Zoom or Meet link. Remember, I already created that on the calendar, and now here I've already put it down here, so I'm popping it back in here to copy it and paste it in here. Right? Will I need substitute? The answer is no for all of that, and I click next. Oops, I guess I skipped a field. Thank you for the reminder. And next. What is the, oh, this just wants to have the URL. It doesn't want my text as well. Cool. All right, grade levels, 6 to 8. This is for the middle grades unconference. This way people know. Classroom teachers, if your audience is for someone else, then you add it. You might want to have it send you a copy of your responses so that you know what's going on, and then you hit submit. Once you hit submit, it's going to take usually each day. This will get processed, and then you'll get a calendar invite inviting you to the event that is posted on the professional learning calendar. So if I look in my calendars again, I have the SFUSD calendar that I can show you all of the events there. I have a lot of calendars. SFUSD professional learning event. So then it'll get populated. So like in an example of the Unconference, I'll give you an example for a different session of how it looks when it's posted on there. So for yesterday, that same equity for grading, this is the calendar event that's posted publicly, and then I get an invite inviting me, and here's my calendar event, and I can have both simultaneously on my calendar. If you have any other questions, please feel free to contact me. Otherwise, I think we're in really good shape. You're just going to continue with the rest of the submission processes and you're all done. All right. Be well. Thanks.